Howdy. Thanks for clicking. Now let me show you something. I had thought that maybe Donald Trump had learned from his first go round as president, but no, he's still just as crass as ever. And on January 8th, 2026, this is what he wrote on Truth Social. Republicans should be ashamed of the senators that just voted with Democrats in attempting to take away our powers to fight and defend the United States of America. Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Rand Paul, Josh Hawley, and Todd Young should never be elected to office again. This vote greatly hampers American self-defense and national security, impeding the president's authority as commander-in-chief. In any event, and despite their stupidity, the War Powers Act is unconstitutional, totally violating Article 2 of the Constitution, as all presidents and their departments of justice have determined before me. Now, this is the most stupidest statement I've ever read, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so let me show you how stupid President Trump really is. We've got to go back to Google and find some more information. All right, so I've got my browser up and I've got Google search engine up. And so what we want to do in the search form, we want to type in United States code. And in this particular search form, Google already knows that I want to search for this particular United States code because I've been searching for it. I want to scroll down, and this first link that Google gives to us, this OLRC US code.house.gov, we want to click on it. All right, so Office of the Law Revision Council. So anytime that I talk about the United States, or if you want to learn about the United States, I would suggest that this particular website be your starting point, because this has all the United States code, and what we're about to find out, it also contains the Constitution to the United States, and that's what we're looking for right now, the Constitution. Front matter, organic law, we're going to expand it, and we're going to click on the Constitution of the United States. All right, I need a faster computer, and I'm going to expand this particular page and blow up this PDF. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. And so the Constitution starts off with several articles, and right now we're in Article 1, and we're going to go down to Section 8, I think it was. Article 1, Section 8. The Congress shall have power to lay and collect taxes, duties, imposts, excises, to pay the debts and provide for the common defense and general welfare of the United States. So right off the bat in Article 1, Congress will provide for the common defense, not the president, and not the judiciary. But all duties, imposts, and excises shall be uniform throughout the United States. To borrow money on the credit of the United States, to regulate commerce with foreign nations and among several states. Again, the executive branch, and certainly not the president, does not have the legal basis or the right to regulate commerce with foreign nations. And so what we've just seen earlier with Donald Trump, he said that he's going to be in charge of running um, or regulating, overseeing the oil commerce between Venezuela and everybody else. And right off the bat, we can see that it's not legal. He has no legal basis to do that or perform that particular uh, job. Also, Congress. Um, again, Congress shall have the power to establish and To establish a uniform rule of naturalization and uniform laws on the subject of bankruptcies throughout the United States, to coin money, regulate the value thereof and of foreign coin, and fix the standard of weights and measures, and to provide for the punishment of counterfeiting the securities and current coin of the United States, to establish post offices and post roads, to promote the progress of science and useful arts, to define and punish piracies and felonies committed on the high seas. So, if Congress wanted to, Congress could punish Donald Trump if it so chose to define its actions against Venezuela as a piracy. Also, Congress has the power to declare war, grant letters of marque and reprisal, and make rules concerning captures on land and water. And so, this right here, ought to give you an idea of how ridiculous, how stupid President Trump is. All of Article 1 of the United States Constitution is a grant of power to the United States Congress and an implicit limitation of the executive branch. Americans can infer from Article 1, Section 8 through Congress's power to provide for the common defense, Congress's power to coin money, Congress's power to raise and support armies, and to provide and maintain a navy, that Congress is impliedly commander and chief of those armed services, because only Congress can pay and provide for those armies and navies, and certainly there's no other system in existence that has the ability to do so. Those 5 Republican senators, along with the Senate Democrats, by performing a hearing and vote, were performing tasks available to them by virtue of their public office. They are not stupid. Donald Trump is a chump. Donald Trump owes them and everyone else an apology for failing to provide education and training and preparation as a so-called commander should. All he could do was resort to adolescent defamatories and derogatories online. So, what does this have to do with narco terrorism? President Donald Trump's post on Truth Social, calling those senators stupid, was a reaction of President Trump in response to Congress for the capture of Nicolas Maduro and his wife over alleged narco terrorism charges in federal court. But narco terrorism is a made up term. It is entirely illogical and proposed by those authorities who assume and rely on civilians being too lazy and too careless to verify its integrity. I just want you to pause for a minute and think about it. Drug trafficking, by its very nature, cannot be terrorism. Now, if you've made it this far in this video, whether you agree or disagree with what I've just said, I want you to leave a comment for me down in the comment section. But if you do disagree with me, I want you to explain how drug trafficking fits the definition of politically motivated violence. Rounding out the complete stupidity of the Trump-Venezuela crisis, Pete Hegseth, current Secretary of War, Marco Rubio, current Secretary of State, and Donald Trump, all of whom occupy executive office within the United States and void of any power to regulate commerce with a foreign nation, all say Venezuelan crude oil, thousands of miles away and hundreds, if not thousands of feet below ground, is all of a sudden a national security concern. No other oil on this planet, just the oil under Venezuela, and to remedy, Venezuela can't pump it, nor sell it. Only American companies can pump it and sell it. It is the most outrageous justification for plunder and pillage. And Congress should step in and regulate this crisis because it is illogical and it is unreasonable and under Article 1 of the Constitution within Congress's power. If you've made it this far on the video, I want you to do me a favor, please. I want you to click or tap on the thumbs up button and leave me a comment down in the comment section for me. Thank you.